Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have another top 8 match from YCS Lille, and we have Yummy versus Dracotail, and we have the Yummy player going first, activate, engage. I also saw Ash called by in their hand. Like, come on, bro, like, how you gonna draw Ash called by starter, and they probably have extender too. It's literally just Master Duel. It's just Master Duel IRL, engage, grab out Hornet, and then, yeah, activate the Hornet, summon out the token. So is the opponent thinking about this? What? Fua in response to Hornet? Why? They ash it anyways, but like, why? Why would you ash in response to Hornet? You can't give me a reason. You can't give me a reason. Unless you're just doing it in the worst spot to trick them into thinking that you're buns. But okay, we're going to add back. Because realistically, okay, there's like multiple spots you can do it. You can do it on Hornet Drone's token summon. So that way they don't make Kagari, but then if they have a normal summon Yummy, then they get them just normal summon, make Snatchy, place from deck, pass. And then you draw one card off your Fua. You could wait until they have Kagari plus token, and then drop Fua, and then you get 2 draws off it. Because they have to make Cupsy plus Snatchy. Okay, they Veiler, the Cupsy Synchro get hit with Called By sadly there, because it looked like they didn't have any more Yummies. Unless, I was going to say, if they had like Cupsy in hand, then they could have held the Cupsy. But if you have, like, any other of the Yummy monsters, then you commit them there, so that way you dodge the Veiler onto the Cupsies. So we're going to search out Lollipop Cupsies, and then discard 1. Yup. Is that Delta in hand? That looked like Delta in hand. Is everyone just maining Delta at this event? Is that the goo now? It might be. It might be. Everyone's maining Delta. Bro, am I that behind? Like, actually? There's just no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm that behind. If I'm that behind, I gotta dial in. Delta in main? Ah. Okay, Metal Marcher to summon back out from grave. And then, anything there. Turn the Cupsy into Snatchy. Yeah. And then use the effect to place from deck. Sure, we also have... It was Delta. Oh, wow. Wow, I'm just behind. Okay. Now we have special out Cupsies. And then Cupsies effect to search. Or am I just... Nah, okay. Cupsies go search, Cupsies go search. And then just grab out the surprise. Surprise! And then... Okay, now, wait. I just realized. Did we get Lollipop in rotation over Cookie or Marshmallow? Because we don't have any others in rotation, right? Why would we put Lollipop in rotation? I guess... Really? It's actually surprising. Okay, but summon back out 2 off the Lollipop, and now we're just going to turn those into a Lambda. So that way we can use the Delta in hand. Set a back row, pass. Yeah. Okay, this is actually the second player in a row that I've seen maining Delta and playing Lambda. The other one was in a Apophis Primite deck, so like, that's like way different. But this is like a Yummy deck, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, this end board's really good against Dracotail too. Having the spell negate is huge. So our opponent, and they normaled Lucius, so now our opponent basically only has 5 mana, and Herald of the Arclight is insane into Dracotail. Like, Dracotail does have a good Yummy matchup overall, but it's not like some absurd, like, 90-10. Like, it's still definitely winnable on the Yummy side for sure. So they tag out, summon Cupsy's Synchro, and then the Cupsy's level 1, and now they get to go ahead, search off the Lucius. And then that's just gonna have to grab out 5 mana, right? Otherwise, it's like, what else is there to grab? Okay, grab out Dracotail Pan. Okay, sure. Yeah, we're putting our opponent on be very dumb. We hope that we activate, like, I don't know, activate Ketsu and hope that they Herald negate it or something. Okay, we're reading the pan here. Okay, we get Cupsy's effect. To go ahead, draw 1, maybe drawing something like an Ash Blossom or another Interruption, Or Gamma over Delta, I guess, even. Could work. Okay, it was Imperm. Like, the one-hand trap that wouldn't work here. They're going to go battle, try to attack over Herald, and then activate Surprise to summon back out Snatchy. And then we have Snatchy effect to go ahead and Synchro. Yeah, now if our opponent interrupts us, we also have Cupsy effect to tag out. Nah, this game should be over. But the thing is, they may as well play it out, because they already know what deck they're playing, because it's top 8. They have no time limit, so there's like no point of ever scooping in any situation ever, basically. Unless if it's like, activate Harpy's Feather Duster, and I don't want to reveal, you know, what my back row was. Or activate Talents, I don't want to reveal exactly what was in my hand. You know, because even though you might know my deck, you know, you may not know this random tech card that I play. So the Snatchy placed the pop field spell from deck, and now we're going to go Snatchy effect to Synchro, which... we're going to make... It's just Cookie set, right? Yeah, I was going to say, it shouldn't be used field spell to pop. But I was thinking like summon Lollipop, no effect, field spell pop, because we also do have the Delta in hand that we need to keep the zones for. At least somewhat. But like, yeah, just set that, and then if our opponent is able to like play, the pop off the field spell is huge. The pop off the field spell is huge, especially into the like if they can start playing, then it'll make it to where their pan that they searched is worse because we get the summon from deck. It'll make it to where everything they do is worse. It's banished, by the way, yeah, Herald. And then if they are able to like set Ketu from deck, boop, try to pop it, try to get that out of there. So if I'm Meta effect, sure. Well, I guess, okay, yeah, tag out, sure. Tag that out is fine. I was gonna say, I would not Herald this, though. That's like the noob check. Like, do they Herald? Like, I've been in bad spots where it's like, alright, I'll activate Ketsu response, and then it's like, yeah, I'll Herald negate. Yes! It's like, I wasn't doing anything with this Ketsu. So, summon out Snatchy plus the Cupsy, and then they get to use Pan plus Lucius. Yep, sure. And then bring out Arthelion. Arthelion effect can target Herald to try to force the Herald out. Or go for Guillemot. Yeah, because we do get the Lucius effect. That's fair, because we had it on board. So activate Lucius effect, and then we could just chain. We could just chain the effect of Snatch, and then we can make the Synchro. This dodges the Guillemot pop here, and then we get to pop whatever they set from deck, like I said, off the field spell, which just puts you in a very good spot. So, summon out the Lollipop. Wait, that shouldn't be Lollipop, right? Should be going... I can't even tell what that is. It should be Cupsy. I'm about to say, because we tagged out Cupsy, so we should be going back into it, because that actually gets us a search. Yeah, that looks like Cupsy. Yeah, it actually looks like Cupsy now. It's kind of hard because the Cupsy and the Lollipop look very similar. But okay, they just go ahead and scoop there. Yeah, I guess just fully checkmated, no more plays. So now hopping into the next game now. We will go ahead and let's see. We have the Yummy player choosing, well, not choosing to go first, getting to go second. We have the Dracotail player choosing to go first. And they will start off with Activate Ketsu, which is not a great thing. See Dragon's Mind, card highlight. That card's pretty sick. You get to stop something, and then you get to reset it, and you get to stop something again. Okay, so Ketsu, go search. Oh, also, it looks like they play a lot of cards. Maybe I'm tripping, but it looked like their deck was just, like, thick there. I guess it's probably just double-sleeved. Yeah, actually, it looks double-sleeved. Ketsu, go ahead, search out Fimena. And then, nothing on res, yeah. Highlighting the Delta. Highlighting the Delta there, okay. Delta would be scary to use on Ketsu first action. Because if they have another one, they get the fuse off of it. And if they can play through the Delta on Ketsu, then they just get to use Ketsu again later because it negates activation. So now normal summon out Malulu. And then Malulu effect to go fuse is fine. Okay, so at least they're not doing big combo this turn. Which means Yummy can definitely break it. It's definitely possible to break, I should say. Go ahead, fuse off, bring out Arthur Lion. Otherwise, if you get to start doing like all your plays, it becomes extremely hard for them to push through. But Arthur Lion, add back Malulu and the Fodorixel to go ahead and set from deck. I already went through Ketu. I think I saw Rahu in hand. Okay, it looks like they still might just be setting Rahu even though they have one in hand, which would make it to where the opponent doesn't know a card in hand. So set Rahu, set Flame. I could also just be wrong though. So set the Spell Negate, set the Branded Fusion, and then add back 2 from the grave to hand. Oh wait, it's only 1. Oh yeah, because we used Malulu off board plus Fodorixel from hand. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's actually something you do need to like look out for. I've seen a lot of people mess up with it. I don't think people are trying to cheat with it. People will just like accidentally use like a Malulu effect to fuse on field or something, or find mana, use 1 off board, like 2 from hand, and then try to add back 3. Like that's something I've seen a lot. Okay, so they're gonna go activate Rahu. They said, what do I know in hand? They know Malulu plus 5 mana, and then they're going to Delta the Rahu. Oh, I guess if they have a Rahu in hand, this actually plays around Delta too. Which maybe they were trying to do on purpose. I wonder if they actually have another one in hand. That's pretty good here. But I think I also saw a trap in his hand though too, which would mean like, why would I? Yeah, just have nothing else to set other than a Rahu. So now activate Rahu from hand. Yeah, I don't think they were trying to play around that. I think that they just play the 2 traps and they don't play 3. They might play 3 traps and just decided to go for Rahu to play around Delta there. Could be the possibility, but dump the 5 mana from hand plus Urgula from deck, and then that gets to bring out the Gulamel, and then new Chain Link. We get to activate both effects. Go ahead, set from deck. Yeah, no point of Gulamel popping here. These cards are just gonna get banished and be out of the way anyway, so they're gonna go ahead. Wow, they actually played both traps. Wow, did they actually do that to play around Delta? Oh, okay. I think they still have the 1 trap in hand though, so I'm pretty sure they play all 3 traps. If they did that to play around Delta, well played. Well played. If it was like a coincidence, like, okay, I may as well do this because, like, I'm going to keep going anyways, but then I guess, like, Ash on Rahu would have been a lot worse for us, but they may have just Ash Ketu first action. Delta Ketu first action is just really weird, though. So they get to add back the 5 mana, set another trap, and then pass turn. Okay. And, like, they get to draw so many cards off these traps. Like, there's just, like, multiple interruptions, plus, like, draw 3. So, pass turn, and all we gotta do is just, like, survive. Survive, and you probably win. And there's, like, only 1 Herald now, too, so you don't have to worry about that, like, as much. Okay, so how does Yummy approach this? They have 5 cards. They have starting play, activate the Marshmallow to go ahead summon itself out. They're looking at their back row, and they'll say, yeah, that's good. I have nothing to stop that card. So summon out. And then anything on summon? No, probably not. I was going to say, I doubt we're going to start trying to actually interrupt here. Because if you try to keep interrupting Yummy early on, it's just not great. Especially with, like, starting with Special Marshmallow. There's, like, so many extenders through that spot. So now, I see another Delta in hand. I see Cup C in hand. I think I see Engage in hand. Yeah, Engage could just get hit with the Spell Negate is what they're afraid of. Trying to use Snatchy to place the field spell to bait it instead. So they're going to go ahead, Horn the Snatchy. I wonder if they use the effect to place. If they did or didn't, they would still do it here. Because if they did, they could be placing the pop field spell, and they just want to go ahead and do this now before they are able to, you know, place the pop field spell and then get a free special from deck. Okay, so they didn't use the effect. And then, okay, I mean, that's good for Nicholas. We got the trade Horn with Marshmallow, basically. And then, you know, draw 1, activate Engage now to go search. They said okay to that. Maybe trying to play around Thrust / Obedience Schooled. Because it's not like Engage is that good here. It's not bad, but, you know, you get Kagari effect to try to add back, and then we can go Sting to go ahead and banish. And then that just makes it to where, like, your engage was basically just a link 1 on board. Which still, like I said, is not bad. It's not bad. It's actually pretty solid here. But it's not going to be, you know, normal engage standards. So, Hornet drones, summon out the token. And then make Kagari. Yeah, they're just thinking here. Or do they sting early? Is there a point of stinging early? I guess if we're gonna Ghoul pop. Are we gonna Ghoul pop? Yeah, Hornet plus Marshmallow for sure. Engage is like not real. There's just no way they put another target for that. Or if they do, like sure. Like nobody else is doing that. Grab Widow Anchor, have no spells engraved, sure. So they're trying to go ahead, banish. There's just no way they're chaining Gulamel here. Yeah, so they should have just waited for Kagari, right? Okay, go ahead, put back, draw. Maybe they're like, oh, I play Phantasme, and I want to draw Phantasme off this card. Maybe that's the thought process, going to Kagari. They're also, you gotta think, they're probably decently stressed out a little bit, at least. You know, people don't play perfect on stream a lot of the time. Kagari, add back, engage. So now we have multiple dead cards in hand. You know, having like one's fine. You get to discard it off the Cupsy Synchro, but having multiple, that's where it starts getting like way worse. But special out Cupsy effect goes search. Also having the dead cards going second is also a lot worse than having the dead cards going first, because you got pushed through the board. So Cupsy effect to go search, and then Nicholas is thinking here. We Veiler it. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And then anything on resolution? Are we gonna try to find mana here and try to interrupt them? It's just so awkward. They haven't even normal summoned yet. Activate, find mana effect. And then chain Ghoulmel to pop the Cupsy. Yeah, I was gonna say don't pop Kagari, because then they just have Cupsy to make Snatchy, and that's pretty good. Okay, so using Malulu plus Lucius from hand. And then bringing out just Arthaline, yeah. And then new chain link. Activate all 3 effects, so we get to set 2 from deck. We get to add back. Get 2 bounces. Is it... Okay, is it Veiler Kagari? And then we have Veiler to beat a normal summon. And then we have the spell negate. So we actually have... I guess we're already beating a normal summon. I guess either way, we're just losing to the extender. Because we have the spell negate, so it's like if they go normal summon, make Snatchy, place from deck. We Veiler that. That's basically the same as stopping the spell. Because that's what's extending them there. Unless they had another spell to extend with. But now they're going to go normal Cupsy. We know engage in hand, that's not doing anything. So now it's just 1 blank card. And it's like, this is fine. Also, maybe you should have summoned our Arthaline in defense. You don't really need to summon it and attack you. Like, you can have one of your monsters in attack for your horn. But I don't think you need to have this many in attack. Go for Snatchy. Snatchy effect to go place. And then Chain Veiler. Yeah, then if they have this spell to extend with as the last card, then we have the spell negate. That's just going to be game. Yeah, we're just going to scoop here. Okay, I guess make Typhon, bro. Sure. Yeah, you may as well not scoop when there's no time, but it's like, come on, brother, the game is over. So summon Typhon, sure. Typhon beat over Ghoulmel. Typhon bounce Arthaline, pass turn. Yup. But, like, our opponent has, like, all the traps in rotation, and the traps will never leave. They'll just keep coming back. They also will just get the Ghoulmel that you outed back onto the field. Basically, like, first action. So, bounce the Arthaline with the Typhon, and then try to pass turn. Okay. Yeah, because they have Ketu and Rahu set. I was gonna say, if they only had, like, one of the spells set, then maybe you could, Typhon bounce itself pass. I know they have big bodies on board, but now you're putting them on at least play like Cross Sheep. Okay, yeah, they just go ahead, Horn, bounce Typhon, and they just submit defeat. So going on to game number 3 now. We will get to see Yummy go first. Yummy can have some good cards in this matchup. Just depends what they play. Like, they drew Called By again. Oh my gosh. Okay, normal Lollipo. Fua? No Fua. Okay. Turn Lollipo into the Snatchy. Snatchy go plays Veiler. No Veiler. Oh, wow. I mean, there's still a lot of hand traps there could be. Like Ash Blossom. It's just like Ash Blossom versus a single Lollipo doesn't even feel good. Like, it's not bad. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel good, though. It's like, sure, they don't get to do a whole lot this turn, but they somehow still have enough. Yeah, you can see them thinking here on the Cup C effect. I mean, if you have Ash, you drop it, because you don't want them to get access to everything. Otherwise, they get to set up Herald, they get Surprise in rotation. We know they play Lambda, which, like, you know, is something I also would like to somewhat try to play around. I don't know if they would keep Cyframes in their deck going first, but there's actually a good chance of it. Just because, like, oh, I need to be able to full combo versus Dracotail and set up the best end board I can possible because that deck has a good matchup into my deck. So, how do I try to solve that? By high rolling them with some cards. Okay, so they Ash the Cup C, we chain Called By. Shouldn't we have chained our Cup C effect to tag out and then chain Called By to get +1 body here? I guess it doesn't matter if the goal is to early Herald. So I guess that's what our goal is here. We're gonna go... Don't do it. No! Special Cup C! Could have got hit with a crazy Veiler there. I guess they would have already Veilered us and just high rolled it when we went Cup C or Lollipo into Snatchy. They probably would have just Veilered there just to try to high roll. Like, just making us pass, because if it works, like... game's over, probably. Okay, they also discarded Purge, which is something we gotta think about. Yeah, make Metal Marcher. They looked a little committed there. Shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be doing that. You can get punished. Okay, so now just make Snatchy and then turn... Okay, so yeah, we played it bad there. We should have turned the Synchro and the Snatchy and then special Cup C to play around Veiler just in case. If this is literally going to be our next play anyways, we may as well have done that. Go Lollipo, Lollipo summon back out. Cup C plus Lollipo. Okay. So we're just trying to end with... I'm actually confused. I guess we have the extra body in hand. Okay, yeah, we are just trying to build the best board we can, I guess? Is it even? Is it even? Summon back out. And then it's like... we have to make... oh, activate Nib? Why? What's their next play here that's actually threatening? They don't have Herald set up. Man, what would the next play be that would make us activate Nib now? Because aren't they just gonna go, like, special summon out one from hand to try to make Herald? Like, there's just no way they're passing, right? I guess maybe they're afraid of them making Lambda. That's not real, by the way they played it either. Yeah, I don't like that Nib spot at all. There's actually a very high chance that they were going to commit another body from hand, right? Unless I'm just missing something very obvious. It looked like there was a very high chance. They asked if they used Minya. You had to ask that? You can't ask that before you drop Nib? Bro, top 8 of a YCS. Lock in, brother. Lock in. 5 mana? You drew the God Hand? Okay, and what did we use? Obviously, it's a Dracotail. It's Fenrir plus... I can't even tell. Bring out Art the Lion. Pan? It was Pan? You drew Ash, Nib, 5 mana, Pan, and then a body? Oh my goodness. You're the GOAT. Yeah, oh my gosh. Imagine if we just waited a second to drop Nib 2 and traded with an extra card. And then we get to do this? To be fair, Gillian allowed us to get the value into the extra card because he decided that he needed to summon back a Synchro from the graveyard off his Lollipo. But then Nicholas didn't make us spend the extra card. Basically, Gillian messed up, didn't bring out 2 level 1s, brought back a Synchro, which meant Nicholas was in a position where he should have been able to gain an extra card off of his Nib, but then he messed up with his Nib, so now Gillian doesn't look like he made a mistake, even though he made a mistake, because it's technically the same outcome as it would have been, but mistake was still made, it's fine. Arthur Lion gets to add back, it's the set from deck, it's to go ahead, Pan, Pop, Link Spider, set a back row, pass. Yeah, you gotta be feeling great. Dude, I wish I could just be top 8 of a YCS, and I just draw Ash, Nib, 5 mana, Pan, another body, and my opponent Ashes, or called buys the Ash. Activate Ketu, Chain Purge from hand. Okay. Decided to not set it. I guess, like, they could start with just, like, SP banish a back row, which is a little scary, too. Well, I guess they wouldn't start with that, like, ever, right? Because I'm trying to just game here. I have 6k damage on board. I guess it depends. Okay, I was going to say 5 mana. So even if we didn't top deck anything, still just 5 mana and use Arthur Lion plus Pan. And still attempt to go for a game with just that. So, in response to 5 mana effect, it looked like they're going to chain something. Chain Surprise. Okay. Also, do we have to talk about how Gillian keeps going for Lollipo over Marshmallow? Like, dude, Marshmallow is so much of a better card. Like, I don't care that Lollipo can, stop an Urgula interaction. Bro, Marshmallow, dude, you get to go surprise summon Marshmallow. Marshmallow, add back surprise on your turn. And then on the opponent's turn, you also get Marshmallow again, which is nice. But okay, they're going to go ahead. Ooh, they bring out the Phyla, which is able to banish. And now, yeah, I was going to say, they could just activate Pan Effect. Because what are they going to Cupsy tag out into? Not enough. Tell you that. Not 3 bodies. It honestly need to be 4. It's not tagging out in the 4 bodies. Tell you that much. So, yeah, they're trying to do that. Okay, they're gonna read the Phyla because the Phyla is a banish. I'm confused on what's being like thought about here. Oh, they're thinking that they even want to use Pan because they don't know if they want them to be able to activate Cupsy's effect to tag out. Is that it? I mean, we should, right? Like, I guess. What are we afraid of? We afraid of Cupsy's search? Is that what we're... I was going to say, is that really what's going to stop us? Is the fact that Cupsy's gets to search a card? No, I'm committed. I'm committed. You better have more hand traps to stop me. That's all I'm going to say. And you can't. No, the game's over. The Ash is undercalled by. That's the only hand trap I care about at this point. Because we get to set Rahu, activate Rahu. I guess we could get hit with like a C card. But I also see Phantasmia in their deck. But we get to go Rahu in the Gulumel, summon back Arthur Lion 2. The Pan gets to pop here. Yeah, the Pan gets to pop. Come on. Pop the Synchro. Yeah. 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 Lollipo, banish a card from grave. Oh no! Oh no! Not a card from our grave! No! And, okay, I was gonna say, and they should also just target Arthur Lion at this point. Yeah, it's like, the Pan is good, but like, just hit the Arthur Lion and get that out of there. It's the only way we can even like try to hope for survival, because we need them to mess up. Otherwise, they just summon Gulumel off this Rahu, which it looks like they're doing. Yeah, and they even set up the Urgla, so that way they have like multiple points of interaction where they can use their Gulamel to pop. So activate the effects, chain the pop, they admit defeat. Wow, yup. Nice. GG's. GG's. Okay, that is going to be it for that top 8 match. It looks like we're going over all the top 8 matches. Well, they are, so I'm going to be going over them too. So I will see you at the next top 8 match. Peace.